Good morning, everyone. It is around 5 a.m. and I'm starting to get ready for work. Today is really exciting because it's my first trip being based out of the Philadelphia airport again. In my last video, I did have a few people ask if I opened a new P.O. box, and I did. I will have that P.O. box address on the screen, and I will also include it in all of my video descriptions moving forward. After all of the moving we have done, I unfortunately cannot find my old Keurig machine. However, I did find this cute little one on sale, so I'm going to use that plus a milk frother to make my coffee this morning. This will forever be my favorite brand to make coffee from home with. I have loved Kauai coffee for years now. I got this yummy vanilla macadamia nut flavor. For my milk frothing, to make it like a little latte, I use almond milk and a dash of creamer. Right now, I am really liking the hazelnut flavor. After I've made my coffee to drink in the car, it's time to load up my luggage and head out. On my drive, I'm going to listen to the audiobook Fairytale, and you guys, this book has me on the edge of my seat. Pardon the interruption, but you guys, this book, Fairytale, the audiobook that I'm currently listening to, absolutely insanely good. So good, I had to buy the print copy. This book is a spooky gothic romance with ghosts and stuff, which makes it perfect for this time of year. It is chunky, which I honestly love in a book. Like, this is over 700 pages, and I honestly love that because I feel like you can get fully immersed in the story and it's fully fleshed out. This book also has multiple historical timelines, so many twists. So highly recommend if you're looking for like a spooky paranormal romance book this time of the year. I just got to the airport. For probably the next like few trips, I'm gonna have to do Princess Terminal parking because I'm still waiting to register my car. I went to the DMV the other day and I got my Pennsylvania driver's license, but I have to wait for my real ID to be mailed to me, and then once I have that, I can go get my car registered here in Pennsylvania. And then once I have that, I will go to the parking office here at the airport to get my employee parking and everything back. But I forgot to mention in my last video where I did my home tour that we're living in a very similar area to the one that we were at before. It was a little bit under an hour drive to get here, which is fine because honestly, I mean, a 1 hour drive in comparison to having to do a 30 to 45 minute drive to the Denver airport from where we were in Colorado. We used to live in Arvada, Colorado. So it was like a 30-40 minute drive depending on traffic to get to the Denver airport, and then an hour and a half flight from there. This is just so much easier, so much better. The fact that I can drive to work instead of having to drive and then take a plane, wow, I am just so appreciative. You don't realize how much extra time commuting takes until you do something like this. So a 1 hour drive I will not complain about, and it's a very similar drive to the one that I did when we used to live here, so I'm very used to it, and that's all good. So I have a 2-day trip starting today, and it is currently 7 a.m. so I do need to head inside soon so I can check in for my trip. But we have one flight today. We are going from Philadelphia to Las Vegas, and I'm super excited that this is my first trip back because I'll get to see my parents and Mr. Max, of course. Just landed in Las Vegas, and now I'm heading to passenger pickup so that way my dad can come get me and take me home. It's the little things, you know. I'm so appreciative of my parents. Like my dad, he always picks me up and he always takes me to work when he can, and I'm just so grateful to be here. But our flight was 4 hours and 52 minutes long, and man, it was busy. That was a really busy flight today, so I'm ready to just relax and hang out with my family. You You guys, I have to laugh because whenever I'm home, I feel like I'm a forever teenager. Like, I just always grab food to take back with me. Like, I have these muffin mixes that I loved having these growing up, and I saw that my parents had some, so I asked my mom if I could take them, and she said yes. So I grabbed 2 of those, and I have some graham crackers too. This will be a good snack for my long day of flying tomorrow. And I have a bunch of other stuff that I'll show you guys tomorrow that I'm bringing in my lunchbox. All right, you guys, I have to laugh because it is literally only 7:58 p.m. Also, do you guys like my background? I changed my background to be a fall photo of Luna. I love this photo of her. Anyway, it's not even 8 o'clock yet, and I am absolutely exhausted, like literally ready to knock out. So I think I'm just going to take that as a sign that I really need some rest. I'll probably read a little bit on my Kindle before I fall asleep. I'll probably get to read like a few pages and that's it, because I feel like I'm really that tired. So I'm gonna turn the lights off and go to sleep, and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, everybody. It is currently 6:15 a.m. I slept great last night. I think I read maybe like 3 pages of my book, and then as soon as my head hit the pillow, I just completely knocked out. I had some very weird dreams last night though. I think maybe I was like overly exhausted and I just was having some super weird dreams, but today's gonna be a good day nonetheless. This is the lipstick that I have been loving lately. It is the L'Oreal Paris number 444. Hey, angel number, I love it, in the shade Tropical Coral. So I will put a link for this below. But yeah, this is a lipstick that I have been loving lately because it's just like a subtle pink color. It's not super dramatic. Here's how the color looks. I think it's pretty. But you guys, one of the dreams that I had last night was really scary. Like, I woke up freaking out, and thankfully Eric sent me a picture of Luna this morning, so I know she's fine. But in my dream, she was injured. Like, in my dream, something weird happened to her, and she started to not be able to use her back hind legs, and she was like falling to the side like this, and she couldn't walk. And so in my dream, I don't know where we were. It wasn't somewhere where we lived, but I had to like pick her up, scoop her up, and like hold her, and then I started like sprinting to an emergency vet, and then I woke up. But isn't that just so weird? That's got to be like my subconscious telling me that I have a fear of, I don't know, maybe losing her, or it's just some crazy anxiety dream, because I've had a lot of change in my life lately, a lot of good change, but just a lot of change, and maybe I need to just like chill out. I don't know, but it was a really scary dream. But I woke up panicked, and that was a really terrifying feeling. But we're gonna move on from that, because obviously that was not real, that was a dream, and have a good day. Also, Luna, her weight typically ranges between 60 to 65 pounds, and that's pretty heavy. But in my dream, I had so much adrenaline that I picked her up and carried her like she weighed nothing. All right, you guys, look at all of this food my mom is sending me home with. So leftover pasta from lunch yesterday, and then there's some strawberries, and then in here we have some leftover turkey sandwiches from Capriotti's, which Capriotti's is my favorite sandwich place here in Vegas. I always try to get it whenever I'm home. I feel like I have all of this really good food to fuel me for the day. I have about like 5 or 10 minutes before I need to head out the door and go to the airport. The next few times I have Vegas layovers, my mom and I have already started making more plans for like more adventurous things to go do. Like, I want to try to come back for the Renaissance Festival, and then we also want to try to go hiking, go see some cool sights. So more adventurous layovers are coming, but I just really needed a chill movie day with my mom yesterday because I've just been really tired lately, and I just feel like I needed a day to relax yesterday. I am in the Las Vegas airport right now. I'm about to order a Starbucks coffee. I'm so sad, like I mentioned in a few videos ago, that Starbucks discontinued their apple crisp macchiato, which was like my favorite coffee of all time. So today instead, I'm gonna try the iced pecan crunch oat milk latte and see if that's any good. But you guys, the weirdest thing happened. So I texted Eric this morning and told him about my weird dream about Luna, and he also had a dream about Luna last night, that she hurt her paw, but he said that his was different in that she hurt her paw. It was like an issue with her front paw with a nail. So obviously different, but I'm trying to not overthink this. I'm the type of person where I don't get anxiety about myself, but I get anxiety, especially like health anxiety, about my loved ones, and that obviously includes Luna. So trying to just like remain calm and know that she's fine, everything's okay, deep breaths. You guys probably think I'm nuts, but anyway, let's order this coffee. I forgot to tell you guys, we have 2 flights today. We are going from Las Vegas to LA, and then I think we have like an hour and a half in between flights, and then we have a very long flight. We go from LA back to Philly. It's just a quick and easy 2-day trip. So I gotta go board my plane, work these flights, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Just picked Miss Luna up from the groomer. She looks so pretty. Wow, look at the new bandana. Oh, you're so soft. I totally forgot to show you guys these new little additions that I have to my luggage. I will link all of this below too, but I have this bag tag right here. It's custom. I think that is so cute. When I saw this, I immediately was like, I have to have that for my suitcase. And then I've actually had this before, but it fell off, so I just got it again. I just feel like these are really cute and they add some personalization to my black luggage. Also, I always worry about someone accidentally grabbing my suitcase or my backpack from the plane as they're deplaning. So I feel like having this stuff on it differentiates it a little bit, hopefully enough where nobody would grab it. That's actually never happened to me before, but it has happened to some other flight attendants where a passenger will accidentally take their bag instead of their own. And then I've had this pink tag right here that says Philly Crew on it for a few years now. Like I got it right when I transferred here, but I wanted something that stood out a little bit more because it's pink on pink. So I ordered this one, but I think the person who made it accidentally sent me the wrong one, obviously, because this says Las Vegas Crew on it, but it's exactly what I want with the black and the blue sparkles, which it's honestly really funny because I'm from Las Vegas, but I'm looking at the paperwork and you can definitely see that I requested PHL for my personalization. I got all of this stuff off of Etsy, so I'm just gonna message the seller and just tell them what happened, and hopefully I can get that exchanged for the same exact one, but I want it to say Philly. I recently did a Q&A on Instagram, but I know that not all of you have Instagram, so I thought I would close out this video by answering some of those questions. Do I have any international trips planned for this month? Greetings from Madrid. Greetings from Pennsylvania. And yes, I do. Like I mentioned to you guys, I was able to get those London trips this month. I kept one of them. Very excited about that. And then I actually traded the other London for a Dublin because I needed certain days off. And with this trade, I was able to get the days off that I needed while still also planning to go to a great destination. And I actually have that trip in our trade board to try to trade for different destinations that we fly seasonally that I have not been to yet. So if I get one of those, then that will change. But as of right now, I will be going to Dublin and London this month. A while back, you upgraded Kindles. What did you upgrade from to? Can't find the video, thanks. So a while ago, when I first started getting back into reading, I was reading on this little tablet that Eric had, and then that broke, and then I was reading on an iPad, and then I don't know what happened to that iPad. And then Eric bought me a Kindle for my birthday a few years ago when we were still living in Texas, although they actually don't make this specific Kindle that I have, so I will link an updated version to the Kindle I currently have. But I also am looking to upgrade to the Kindle Colorsoft because I love color and I just think that would be really cool. And I have noticed my Kindle is starting to get really slow and it has some scratches on it, so I'm thinking maybe it's time for an upgrade. But if I do upgrade and if I like it, I will definitely tell you guys all about it. How many years have you been a flight attendant? So I started flying in 2017, so that would be 2017 to 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I would say 7 going on 8 years of flying. And I did start at a regional. I actually started working for Horizon Airlines, which is Alaska Airlines regional. I was based in Seattle, Washington. No, you do not have to work for a regional before you work for a mainline. However, that is just kind of how it worked out for me. I did apply for 12 different airlines when all of the applications were open, and I was given job offers by 2. What other types of books do you love to read, assuming that fantasy is your first choice? So I would say that my first choice is more so romantasy, which is like a mix of fantasy and romance. I'm not a really big fan of high fantasy that doesn't have any romance at all. Like it at least needs to have a subplot for me to enjoy it. But then in addition to that, I would say my other favorite genres are dark romance and thrillers. Oh, I also included in this post books that I don't like. I really don't like to read historical fiction. I do not like self-help books at all. To me, it just feels like too much work. It's like reading a textbook. When I'm reading, I'm really looking for an immersive experience and a way to escape reality. And so if I'm reading a book all about reality, it just feels like a chore and it's not fun for me. Like, I read as a hobby and I read for fun. I don't really enjoy reading most young adult romances, and I feel a bit pretentious saying that, but those books just feel a little too young for me, and that's just the truth. Like, that's just how I feel. I have no idea why, but I do not like any books that have like a Western setting to them, like cowboys, cowgirls. I don't know why. Like, it's a problem with myself. Like, I just do not like books like that. Lately, I have not really been enjoying like most contemporary romances, period. Like, they just kind of bore me. Like, I feel like I need like the dark romance, I need the fantasy, I need the high stakes, I need the morally gray characters, like I need the trigger warnings, the content warnings. Like, I literally read those like a grocery list. I'm like, okay, that it's got that, it's got that, it's got that, it's got that, and I'm like, okay, good to go. I need the action, I need the spice, I need the high stakes. Like, I need to be like fully immersed and entertained. Love the new house. It looks cozy, and haunted. So thank you. It's funny you say that because I kind of feel like this house is haunted too, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. I am very much a believer in the spirit realm, and I'm very much a believer that loved ones can visit us from heaven. Over the past few years, both Eric and I have experienced more loss, I would say, than most people at our age have experienced, and I do feel our loved ones' presence every once in a while, but it's never a scary thing. Like, it always just feels like a comfort. It feels like a hug. It just feels like they're visiting and saying hi. It's never felt like a scary thing for me. But with that said, I do say a prayer to God every night, just thanking him for the life that I live and how blessed I am to have my family, and praying over everybody's health, and also praying for protection, like protection from any evil spirits or protection from just any bad, negative things that could be going on. This house has had multiple families live in it, so I like to think that this house holds a lot of really good, positive family memories, and it holds on to that. Yeah, so only good spirits allowed, only good things allowed here. Top 5 favorite international layovers. So this one was a really hard one because it's really hard for me to narrow it down, but I'm gonna say Zurich, Switzerland, Lisbon, Portugal, Athens, Greece, Rome, Italy, and Frankfurt, Germany. How was your time living in Colorado? What did you like and not like about it? Do you like the weather? So yes, I don't want to just constantly talk crap about Colorado and why we moved. I did obviously really enjoy my time there, but I just kind of felt like there was something in my heart and in my soul that was trying to love it there a lot more than I actually did. There were so many times where I was trying to convince myself that like this is where I was meant to be and this is where I want to be, when in reality I was just trying to convince myself of that, and it wasn't what I was actually feeling. Some things that I did enjoy was being really close to DU. That's where both Eric and I went to school. It's where we graduated. I really liked being close to campus and being able to watch the gymnastics meets. I also loved being really close to the mountains, but at the same time, I did not enjoy how crowded Colorado feels. We were in, I think I mentioned it earlier in this video, but we were living in Arvada, Colorado, which is a little bit outside of Denver, and it just felt so crowded and clustered. And one thing that I'm really learning about myself is, especially because of my job as a flight attendant, I am around so many people all day at work, whether it's on the plane or at the airport. I am just constantly surrounded by noise and by people. And so when I come home, I need to be away from that. Like, I need to be farther away from a busy city. I need to be in a quiet neighborhood. Like, for me to honestly calm my nervous system and to actually decompress from work, I need to be somewhere quiet. And I feel like that was another reason why my health was honestly starting to get affected. Like, living in Colorado, commuting out of there because of the altitude, every time I got sick, I feel like I was taking so much longer to recover, and I was getting sick way more often than when I lived somewhere quiet and peaceful and I wasn't having to fly to get to work. So yeah, I didn't enjoy how crowded and just noisy it felt living in the specific area of Colorado that we were at. And if we were able to afford like a home and land in like Boulder, Colorado, for example, where we could have, or really anywhere where we could have just a lot more space, I think maybe I would feel different. But just for us, like, that's not feasible at this moment. Cost of living in Colorado is also just very, very expensive. And I don't know if it's been within the past like 5 or 6 years since I went to school in Colorado, but I feel like the attitude of a lot of the people has shifted, and just the attitude of people as a whole in Colorado felt very pretentious to me and a bit judgmental and a bit snooty. And I don't know why, but I just like, I don't get that vibe from people here on the East Coast, but I was definitely getting it in Colorado. And if you're from Colorado, I'm not like specifically talking about you. I'm just talking about things that I noticed in general. So I don't want anyone to take offense to that, but also I feel like I need to be honest about my experiences there. The Colorado weather was fine for me. I don't mind the snow, although I do feel like it snowed more in Colorado than it does in the area of Pennsylvania that we live in. So I don't know. I guess I like it more here. This isn't a question, but this world needs more of your positivity through your content. Thank you. This is so nice. Honestly, just like makes my heart feel so warm when you guys say stuff like that, because I just, with my content, if I can make one person smile or just make one person's day a little bit better, just shine light on one person, it's all worth it to me. Like, that's all I really want to do. All right, you guys, so I am going to conclude today's video here. If you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, because I'd love to see you all in my future videos. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.